Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome again. You are now at your writing test. Hopefully, you've completed some more already. You're getting through this. You're doing great, which is wonderful. So, welcome to your writing test. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being ready to go. You guys are just wonderful. I love that. You guys have done such amazing work this year. Every single one of you have improved on your writing. Every single one of you know how to write your paragraphs. Everyone has been able to write an essay, and you've done a fabulous job on it. So just do your very best. I'm excited to see how you guys do on this. I do have some reminders for you guys before you get going. So first of all, take a big deep breath. It can be kind of give you a little anxiety to be here, and that's okay. Take a big deep breath. I know can be a hard thing, but you're awesome. You've done a great job this year, and you've got this. Number two. Okay, here's a reminder for you. Number two, set up and use your screen reader. Okay, we talked about this earlier. Remember to use that screen reader. This test is not testing your ability for your reading. It is testing your ability to write. So please set up that screen reader. It's the first thing you do. You can set up how loud it is, if it works. If it is not working, tell a teacher in the room. Please tell a teacher. I want you to be able to use that to your best ability. It will read you everything here. It will read you the passages. It will read you the questions. It will read everything on here that you need. So please, please use it. Next thing, before you do anything else with your reading, you're going to have a big old passage that it can read to you, or you can read. I want you to read the question it's asking you. Okay, you will have a question asking you to either tell your opinion or to be able to explain things that happen in what you are reading. Read that so you know what to look for. Remember, as you're going along, you can underline things in the text if you would like to. You can also use your scratch paper and just write down anything you want to remember. It is very important that you use information from what you read in your essay. Okay, it's very important. That's how you score higher on it, is when you use information from your essay. So if you need to jot something down on your piece of paper, if you want to underline it, you can underline it while you're working on it. That is just fine. Make sure you do those different things. Next thing we're going to talk about, and I'll switch over here, I want to remind you of the hamburger. Okay, we have worked on using the hamburger for our essay this year. Think of that big old juicy hamburger. Think of that taste in your mouth. Think of all the different parts of it. So good. So a reminder, we've got our bun right here on top and our bun on our bottom. That's what holds everything together. That's our introduction and that's our conclusion. Okay, they are very similar. Introduce what you're talking about, conclusion at the bottom, wrap up what you're talking about. In the middle are our big ideas. This is where all the good stuff is. This is where the meat and the cheese, everything that makes that hamburger taste good. So as a reminder here, if you want to draw this out on your paper, that is just fine. You are more than welcome to do that. Okay, draw out these little circles if it helps remind you. As soon as you get your paper, you start your test. If you want to draw this little chart out for you, that's great. Remember, on your first paragraph, your introduction, make sure to answer what was asked. So if they said, "What do you prefer?" you're going to answer that question in your very first sentence. Then you're going to give your two big ideas. These are what you're going to be talking about in the next two paragraphs, so make sure it's something that you have a lot of information about. Last thing in the introduction is your conclusion. You're going to wrap it all up, make it ready to go to the next sentence. So I hope you keep reading this. I'm excited. I hope you are excited about this as well. The other thing is, make it interesting. We've talked about having a hook. We've talked about all those different things. Make it fun. Make it interesting and something that somebody's going to want to keep on reading. The next two paragraphs, big idea number 1 and big idea number 2, are where you're going to take exactly what you talked about in your introduction and you're just going to expand on it. You're going to give us more details about it. Let us know everything that was. Make sure to use information from your text, from what you read. Make sure to include those ideas because that's what they're looking for. Did you read this and were you able to remember it? Add it right on in there. So second and third paragraph, that's where you're going to pull those big ideas down and just keep writing about it. Your conclusion is where you wrap up everything that you've written. Remember, you're going to answer what was asked again. Give a direct answer. Yes, I think this is what happened, or anything like that. Just give your conclusion. You're going to include your two big ideas again. Okay. So just include your two big ideas as a wrap up, and again, wrap it all up. Let people know you're finished. Maybe you can get them excited about reading a little more of the article themselves. Something like that that just keeps it interesting. You guys have used this, you know how to use it, and you've done it well. So continue to use it this time and you will do awesome. Like I said, if you want to take your piece of paper, as soon as you log into your test, you can take your piece of paper and you can write each of these different boxes down. You can write the different parts right now when it's fresh in your head. So if you want to do that, that's awesome. And you can even just jot it down right down on your paper. You have as much paper as you would like. If you need another piece, just raise your hand and let everyone know. Okay, like I talked about before, you will be doing two different kinds of essays, an opinion essay and an informational one. So one will ask you a question, asking you to just recall what you read. So it may say, tell me about some of the animals that use this different thing in the article. So you're going to pull out a couple of those animals if that's what it's talking about, and those are going to be your big ideas. Okay. If it's opinion, you get to choose. Okay. It's going to have you choose one side or another. Maybe it's going to ask you, do you wish school started later? And you're going to say, yes, I do, and you'll give reasons why. Or you're going to say, no, I don't, and you'll give reasons why. Remember to use information from the text, from what you've read on both of them. You can go back and reread through that story as many times as you need to. Okay. Last one here is remember to use your brain breaks, okay? Brain breaks help wake up our brain. This is a long process. This is something that takes a while to get done, and it's easy to get distracted. When you notice that you are starting to kind of float away, you're not paying attention as much anymore, use those brain breaks. First of all, you can take a break whenever you need it. Okay, that's part of your accommodations. Raise your hand, let the teacher know. You can go to the bathroom if you want to run up and down the halls, you want to take a little walk. That is fine. Anything that will wake you up. There are lots of other things, like we've talked about, you can do right in your desk. Nice and quiet there. Some of the things that we have done in class, if you remember, we've gone on a gator hunt before. We have done a messenger run, like Lena. If you want to do a messenger run right there silently in your desk, that is just fine. If you want to pretend to swim in your kayak going down the river, that is just fine. As long as you are quiet and not going crazy, it's just fine. You can also blow your big bubbles, big pop. You can't clap your hands, unfortunately. Can't clap your hands on that one. But you can do anything like that. Stretch your legs, okay? Stretch your legs, stretch your arms, work all the way up. One thing that is good to do and really easy to do in your seat is to circle different parts of your body. So circle with your foot, move on up. You can circle with your knee. You can do it right now to help you do it. Circle with your hip, and just move up your body, each different part, all the way up to your head. That's a really easy thing to help let you forget about what's going on with writing for just a minute, to be able to focus, wake up your brain, and be able to remember some things. Anything you can do that does the right and the left, like we talked about doing your foot and your hand, or maybe a different part of your body, you can do those. Those definitely help cross over the brain and help wake you up, get you ready to go. So anything you want to do that is great. Um, Other than that, I want you guys just to remember that you are wonderful writers. No matter what happens today, no matter how well you do on this or not, you guys are great. I have seen huge progress from you in class, starting at the beginning of the year when we could barely write a paragraph to you guys writing your own essays. And I am so proud of you. You guys are awesome. Just do your very best, and I'm sure you will be fabulous. So good luck, everybody. Do great.